Looking down at Berlin from the air in 1945, not a single building intact. Allied bombers had flipped the entire city. A woman picking through rubble, children with empty bowls behind her. This was everyday life in post-war Germany.
Mama, is it food?
It's something. Hold your bowl steady.
Winter 1946. People queuing in front of bombed-out stores for rations. Under 1,500 calories a day. One egg bought a whole suit on the black market. Then a limping middle-aged man stepped up. Ludwig Erhard. Polio as a kid. Right leg crippled. Trade school grad. In 1944, he published a paper predicting Germany's defeat, with a full rebuilding plan. He didn't hide it. He published it openly. June 20, 1948, currency reform. Each German got 40 new Deutschmarks. Old money died. Savings vanished. So did the black market. 6 days later, Erhard abolished price controls without telling the Allies. The Allied commander slammed his desk, but let it slide. Prices exploded. People called him crazy.
It's like
Months
magic,
later,
so
the
much
miracle.
abundance.
Factories
With the
ran
new
at full
currency, we can
speed.
finally
Shelves
shop.
filled
Cans,
up.
tools,
Prices
fabrics,
dropped on their
everything we
own.
need. A new beginning indeed.
Factory chimneys smoking again. Machines turning again. Workers back on the floor. Germany's engine restarted. 1950, the Korean War. America and Europe bought German machines, steel, chemicals non-stop. Factories ran 24/7. Erhard hit the brakes, raised reserve rates, tightened credit. While others got rich off war, he built a foundation. By 1955, West Germany's industry passed Britain, second only to the US, a flattened country in under a decade. The Marshall Plan gave Germany $1.5 billion. America gave Korea $3 billion. Korea became one of the poorest. Money isn't magic. Bigger problem. West Germany wasn't sovereign. Foreign policy belonged to the occupiers. They could be cannon fodder at any moment. On the 1949 map, Germany was cut into 4 occupation zones. Berlin was an island inside East Germany. No army, no diplomacy, nothing. Then, in the darkest moment, a 73-year-old walked toward the chancellery in Bonn, Konrad Adenauer. Everyone thought he was a placeholder. Adenauer took office with a face frozen by a car accident. He spoke slowly, looked like a 19th-century relic, but he was exactly what Germany needed. As a young man, Adenauer was mayor of Cologne, ambitious, rising fast. A car accident crushed his face, but not his will. In 1951, he did something unprecedented. Workers got seats on corporate boards alongside management. Co-determination, a world first. This stabilized labor for 30 years, no major strikes. Workers calm, businesses producing. That was the real institutional bedrock of the miracle. 1950, French Foreign Minister Schmidt proposed joint coal and steel management. Adenauer said yes on the spot. This became the EU's embryo. Adenauer bet everything on France. He and de Gaulle held hands riding into town. That close. The 1963 Elysee Treaty ended centuries of war between France and Germany. West Germany got trust and European leadership in one deal. But the Cold War wouldn't let go. August 13, 1961, Berlin was sliced in half overnight by barbed wire and concrete. People waved across the wall in vain. They could never reach each other again. Checkpoint Charlie became the symbol of a divided world. Adenauer was helpless. He couldn't reach West Berlin. The US wouldn't fight for it. The wall was his greatest failure. 1967, Adenauer died. Thousands lined the streets. He left behind a sovereign Germany, NATO member, world's second economy, at peace with France. Willy Brandt took over, an illegitimate child, a former anti-Nazi resistance fighter who fled to Norway. He represented a completely new Germany. December 1970, Brandt visited Poland. After laying a wreath at the Warsaw Ghetto Monument, he dropped to his knees. No script, no planning. The Poles froze. His staff froze. Brandt later said, words weren't enough. That night, Poland accepted all of West Germany's terms. Brandt won the 1971 Nobel Peace Prize. From that moment, the world saw Germany differently, a nation owning its past.
Let us build a lasting peace together.
A statue of Brandt went up in Berlin. But before the fruits of reconciliation could fully ripen, the next storm was already gathering. 1973, the oil crisis. Prices quadrupled. Germany's highways saw something surreal. Car-free Sundays. People walked their dogs on the Autobahn. Inflation surged. Workers demanded raises.
Inflation is crushing
Employers
us.
agreed to 8.4% in 1 year. Inflation hit 10%. The raises were meaningless. Worse, demographics. 8 million young men died in the war. Post-war birth rates were low. By the 60s, skilled labor was critically short. West Germany recruited guest workers from Turkey, Italy, Greece. Hundreds of thousands came. But they filled unskilled jobs, not the skilled gap. The solution: education reform. The dual system. After 4th grade, kids are tracked by ability. Academic types go to university. Hands-on types take a different path. Vocational students sign a contract with a company.
Practice.
3
Today,
days
we're
working,
covering
2
hydraulic
days
systems.
studying theory.
So we learn this, then
Business
apply it?
handles practice.
Exactly. Let's see it in
School
action.
handles theory.
Activating the press now.
Pressure is stable.
After 3
Langsam und
years,
präzise
they're skilled
einstellen.
workers
Ja, Meister.
earning immediately to 80% of a
Jetzt die Drehzahl
university
einstellen.
grad salary.
Verstanden.
A master craftsman's lifetime
gut, weiter
earnings
so.
match a mid-level engineer. Those dimmy machines, car engines, chemical plants, not designed by geniuses alone, built by thousands of craftsmen. That was the real made in Germany. Skilled workers in Germany have genuine social status. Parents don't look down on trade school. That's unthinkable in most countries. But there's a downside. Kids get labeled at 10. Academic or vocational. A lot of potential lost. And the system is too focused on artisan perfection. 1974, another bomb. Brandt's personal assistant Guillaume was an East German spy. The chancellor's right hand was working for the enemy. Brandt resigned. That night, he sat alone, then said, "I'm tired." Helmut Schmidt replaced him. A pragmatist, former defense minister, finance minister, economist. He revived Erhard's conservative playbook. 1976, Schmidt pushed tougher competition laws and cut welfare. People tightened their belts, but they understood, past wage hikes had caused inflation. By the late 1970s, the economy stabilized. No double-digit growth like the 50s, but 3 to 4% was the best in Europe. Factories hummed steadily again, but the calm wouldn't last. Candles were already flickering in the east. 1982, Helmut Kohl took power. Big
Helmut
man,
Kohl,
slow
massive
talker,
figure.
looked
At
like a
CDU
country
and
bumpkin.
Steady, the Chancellor of
Politically,
Unity,
razor
1980s
sharp.
leadership portrait.
Kohl and French President
Hier an diesem
Mitterrand
Ort des Leids
standing hand in
reichen wir uns
hand
die
at
Hand.
Verdun.
Oui, pour
Franco-German
sceller une amitié
friendship
durable entre nos
continued.
nations.
But he faced a
Gemeinsam für
bigger
den Frieden in
historical
Europa.
task than anyone.
Ensemble pour l'avenir.
1989, Leipzig. Thousands of East Germans took to the streets with candles. Their signs read, "We are the people." The peaceful revolution had begun. A single candle in the dark. That tiny light eventually lit up the entire East German sky. Kohl on the phone late at night, soothing Gorbachev, coordinating with Mitterrand, calling Bush, all at once, while secretly drafting reunification plans. November 9, 1989, the Berlin Wall opened. East Berliners flooded the checkpoints. The guards stepped aside. History turned a corner that night. Strangers embraced. People climbed the wall and danced. Champagne flowed. The concrete that divided Germany for 28 years became the world's biggest party. People with hammers chipped off pieces of the wall as souvenirs. Not destruction, liberation. July 1st, 1990, currency union. East Germans exchanged their savings for Deutschmarks. Finally, real money.
Ein historischer Tag.
October 3,
Ein historischer
1990,
Tag
the
für
unification
Deutschland.
treaty
Die
was
Teilung ist
signed.
überwunden.
Germany was
Deutschland
one
ist nun
country again.
vereint. Ein
West
neuer
Germany
Anfang
had
für unser
existed for
Volk.
41 years. Its mission was complete. Fireworks exploded over the Brandenburg Gate. Hundreds of thousands celebrated. From 1949 to 1990, minus 41 years. But unity came at a cost. Eastern factories stood empty. Unemployment soared. West Germany poured 1.5 trillion euros into rebuilding. The bill is still being paid. The Reichstag, with its new glass dome. The Bundestag, moved back from Bonn to Berlin. A new Germany starting over in a new capital. Social market economy, dual vocational training, co-determination, European integration, reconciliation, these were West Germany's 41-year legacy. Today's Germany
Modern
leads
Germany
Europe,
leads Europe,
but it all
united
started
and
in
strong.
1945
Our engineering
with a
is the
limping
legacy of
economist
41
and a
years of
desperate
careful
gamble.
building. This unity brings stability and prosperity.
3 generations
Wir
of
haben
hands,
so viel verloren.
grandmother digging through rubble in
Aber wir bauen neu
1945,
auf.
father
Wohin
operating a
gehen
lathe
wir,
in the
Papa?
1960s,
In eine
child
bessere
waving at the
Zukunft.
unification celebration.
Ich bin bereit.
This was Germany's family. Freiheit, Einheit, Verantwortung. From rubble to the king of Europe, 40 years. A nation's fate isn't about how hard it falls, but where it walks when it gets back up.